What if I told you that in 2025, Black history didn't echo just from the past? It roared through courtrooms. It marched through museums. It whispered from bones 1.5 million years old. While some say our stories are over, trapped in trauma, are reduced to a single month, the truth is Black history is not dead. It's being reclaimed, rewritten, and reawakened. These aren't throwbacks moments. These are front page headlines. I'm Brittany, and this is Blackwashed History. Today, I want to cover and recap some of the top Black history stories from the first half of the year. Stories that prove history is not behind us. It's all around us. Let's begin with a case that made headlines in history where the fight for dignity and rightful ownership reached the halls of one of America's oldest institutions. Harvard University was ordered this year to return rare photographs of enslaved people to their descendants. These early photographs were taken without consent and used to promote racist theories. This legal victory marks a new chapter in recognizing enslaved individuals as people, not property. And while Harvard's courtroom reckoning looked back at how Black lives were exploited, Tulsa's announcement is looking forward, offering a model for reparative justice, what it can look like when power is returned to the people. Tulsa announced a $105 million trust fund this year for the descendants of the victims of the 1921 race massacre. With Black leadership guiding the fund, this marks a rare form of reparative justice directed by those it seeks to truly serve. So from reparations in America to restitution in Africa, the call to return what was stolen was echoing across continents, and museums are finally starting to listen. The Netherlands returned dozens of benign bronzes to Nigeria this year. These priceless artifacts stolen during colonial conquest are being rightfully reclaimed by the culture that created them, undoing over a century of theft. While artifacts are being returned to their rightful homes, new discoveries in Africa are reminding us that Black brilliance goes back not just centuries, but millions of years. Scientists discovered 1.5 million year old bone tools in Tanzania, proving early innovation in Africa long before these modern assumptions or technologies. Once again, Africa stands as the cradle of ingenuity. And while science uncovers the physical traces of our past, oral tradition continues to preserve the spirit of our history, especially where music becomes memory. In Guinea, archaeologists are working together to announce discoveries through song, blending oral tradition with science and celebrating history and melody. Working with oral storytellers from sacred rhythms in West Africa to the American South, the power of remembrance takes shape in so many forms. Sometimes it's found in the fire. In May this year, the historic Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana, once the South's largest mansion, burned to the ground. It was originally built by enslaved labor and later turned into a resort. The fire forced a cultural reckoning. Was it the loss of architecture or the loss of a chance to confront uncomfortable truths? For many, the fire was not just destruction, it was symbolism, a refusal to keep glorifying the pain that built those walls. Honoring the past is essential for us, but so is defending the present. In Burkina Faso, thousands took to the streets to protect their vision of a sovereign future. Burkina Faso citizens rallied against a coup attempt to defend their president, signaling a powerful shift toward sovereignty and post-colonial control in African governance. And as we reflect on political resistance, nature offers its own metaphor, one buzzing with spiritual meaning, power, and a warning that is not to be ignored. Africanized honeybees, oft often called killer bees, are rapidly spreading across the U.S., drawing headlines. But here is what is most outlets won't tell you. In many African cultures, bees represent sacred power, protection, and divine intelligence. These are not just insects here. They are messengers here. From ancient traditions, bees symbolize persistence, creation, unity, the same qualities we've seen in every story we have covered. From Tulsa to Tanzania, from the Girots to the courtrooms, the spirit of the hive is alive. So maybe this just isn't an evasion. Maybe it's a reminder that Black history, like bees, moves in swarms. It builds, it protects, it stings when necessary, and it will not be ignored. So from Harvard's archives to Nigeria's treasure rooms, from Tulsa's trauma to Tanzania tools, our stories refuse to die. We are not just relics. We are revolutionaries. Even the bees know. The bees know. They send us that message. So next time someone asks, why does Black history still matter? Tell them, because we are still making it. This is Black Washed History.